All right, everyone. We're going to be getting started here momentarily. We got about 15 minutes approximately until wrestling starts. We should be doing wrestler introductions here in a little bit, hopefully, and potentially starting as close to 6 o'clock as we can. There was supposed to be 4 teams here tonight, but it looks like, and I'm being told potentially, that Lone Tree did not show. So we're just going to have 3 teams, it appears like. And the first duel tonight is going to be against Waco and Notre Dame. Second duel will be against Mediapolis and Notre Dame. And then we'll finish out the night with Waco against Mediapolis. So I will leave the broadcast running during the second duel, and we're actually going to have senior night here, I believe, recognizing our senior wrestlers.
Lily is involved in wrestling managing, student council, track, and softball. Lily's plans after graduating from Waco plans to attend Muscatine Community College, major in ag education for 2 years, and then transfer to Iowa State to continue in studies.
Our first senior tonight is Lily Clark. She is the manager for the wrestling team.
Next up is we have Lars Smith.
Lars Smith is our next senior.
Heather Freiberger and Chad Shannon Smith. Lars has been involved in wrestling and FFA. His plans are to attend school in Blackhawk, then pursue a career in agriculture. Next up is we have Al.
Al is our next senior.
Egley and Jessa Egley. Al has been involved in cross-country wrestling and volunteering. Plans to go to college or university for a degree in biology, biochemistry, and engineering. Next up is Jonah Clark.
Next senior is Jonah Clark.
Stars are Bill and Joni Housengay. Jonah's been involved in football, wrestling, and track. Next senior is John M. Rice.
John Rice.
Parents are John M. Rice and Cassie Rice. John's been involved in wrestling, football, track and field, and youth group. John's plans after high school are to attend college and pursue a career in criminal justice. Next up is Timothy Willits.
Tim Willits.
Tim has been involved in, Tim's parents are Desiree Delzell and Brad Willits. Tim has been involved in football, wrestling, and baseball. Plans after graduating from Waco are decided. Our last senior for the night is Kanan Lowan.
Kanan Lovan.
His parents are Booney and Cherry Lowan.
We're going to do our national anthem here, and then wrestling will be getting started. All right, we will be getting started here momentarily with wrestling Waco against Notre Dame. This is going to be a tough duel for us here tonight. Notre Dame's a pretty stacked team from top to bottom, so they got some really good wrestlers, got a lot of experience. Not that we don't, just going to be some tough matches. Before we get started, I should introduce my partner sitting beside me tonight. Mike Miller was gracious enough to join me. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, thanks for the invite. Yeah, excited to be here. We would have came anyway to watch Drew, and so might as well help out and throw a headset on and try to add to the night.
Cool. Well, I'm glad to have you, and thanks for accepting my invitation. Speaking of Drew, who everybody knows is Mike's cousin. Oh, nope, sorry, nephew. Nephew, my bad.
Yeah.
That is exactly where we will be starting tonight at 195 pounds, according to the scoreboard.
I wondered why it looked like he was kind of getting ready to roll.
Yep.
So
looks like we're going to start at 195. It does not appear like we are going to do wrestler introductions here with all three teams. It looks like we're just going to get started. Pretty signature Seth Pugh, though. He just wants to get things rolling and get moving. So
might as well. The kids know each other at this point anyway.
I think you're right.
The mat looks good. The gym looks good. Lights. Looks like we know what we're doing.
I hope so. For those of you who don't know, it's been a long-standing tradition, I think, here at Waco to wrestle duels under the lights. So if you're...
Sterling Rex started that my sophomore year.
Sterling, okay.
Rex, our old coach, yeah.
Sterling was coach here when my wife and I moved to town. I've got to know him a little bit when I started coaching the youth program, and then he retired, and we've had a couple more since then, but looks like we are going to do some wrestler introductions here, but
okay.
I don't, there's Mediapolis. Yep, 106.
106 from West Boston, Notre Dame, Carter West.
I don't think they knew what was happening there for a minute.
106, Gage Samo. Wrestling at 113 for Mediapolis, Gavin Gerber.
Where are the boys going to be this weekend? Where are the boys going to be this weekend?
Our tournament, it's conference tournament this weekend at Mediapolis.
Okay. Yep.
which is always a tough tournament. There's lots of teams in our conference, so.
Yep. Big school.
And at 120 for Waco, Beacon Bird.
Nice to see Waco have a full lineup.
Yes, it is, actually. It's been really a fun season. If Lone Tree was here tonight, I imagine we would have probably gotten a couple more wins tonight. I think we got a pretty good shot at beating Mediapolis. Notre Dame's going to be pretty tough, but if I'm not mistaken, if we would have taken 2 duels tonight, we would have finished the regular season with 19 dual wins this year. So it's been really fun having a full team to be able to win some duels and compete as a team. And what I have noticed the most doing these broadcasts, Mike, is that sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. Oh, the excitement in the corner when guys win or do something exciting. It's been really fun watching the watching the bench or the corner get excited about that. So
the team has a lot of excitement,
and it truly changes the entire atmosphere of the dual meet when you've got a team on your sideline that you know is there cheering for you.
Yeah, well, look at what Spencer Lee does on the sidelines when he's, doing his thing at Iowa.
Everybody just knows him by Al. Aramic, I believe, is his last name. Aramic.
Al is our Prince. Like the artist formerly known as just Prince.
The artist or the foreign exchange student formerly known as Al. Yeah.
He's our Beyonce.
And the reason why I say that I'm pretty confident we can compete or even win against Mediapolis tonight is because they're down a little bit this year. They're going to forfeit quite a few weight classes tonight. So
I'm sure the boys or the wrestlers that they have are solid.
Yep, I've seen them wrestle a couple times. They're not too bad. Aney, specifically, he will probably most likely be another state qualifier again this year. He just recently got his 150th win, which, that's a huge milestone. Aney at 138, I believe. Aney at 138.
Okay, yeah.
Quentin Aney, yep.
Okay.
And your 285-pounder from Waco is Tim Willits and John Stauffer.
Wonder what's going on with John Rice tonight. He's usually our other varsity heavyweight. Doesn't look like he's going to compete, at least in this duel anyway.
Okay. Looks like we got Lars out for the coin toss. Or the introductions.
Yep, there's more captains coming. Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep, the coin toss. They flipped the coin toss to see which weights each team is going to get their, first choice to send a wrestler out. That's kind of an interesting team strategy, winning or not winning the coin toss. You get to pick which weight classes you can, obviously to send your guy out first, and that's a huge team strategy sometimes when the match is going to be close. Sometimes it can come down to that coin toss. I saw it happen in Washington.
it's always the awkward handshake when there's 7 people involved and they're like, me, you, you
crossing
me,
over
you.
each other. And
Yep. Well, starting half, and the flyweights are always ready to roll, and then at the coin toss they're like, let's just start at 220, and it'd be tough to be able to turn it on and off.
Well, everybody knows typically you would draw for the starting weight class. That's not what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll alternate weight classes based on the coin toss to see who goes out first. Because if you want to shuffle some guys around, bump somebody up, take a forfeit at a weight, sometimes that can play into strategy a little bit. So.
Yep. Drew has to go check in to
take his forfeit. Yep. Looks like Drew Deers is going to take a forfeit at 195 here. So,
got a solid win.
We can't get the camera connected to the scoreboard tonight, so I'm just going to keep you up to date with the match and the team scores. I apologize for that, but I'll do the best I can, like I usually do. Oh wow, John Rice is coming out.
Looks like John Rice.
Interesting.
Maybe they're gonna let each one of them wrestle for
potentially, yeah.
220 from West Burlington, Notre Dame.
Got some confusion.
Yep. Looks like we're gonna make the home team green all night long, probably. So.
Wrestling for West Burlington, 220, Yusef Rosatala. And for Waco, John Rice on deck. Aiden Kiffin at 285 and Tim Willits.
Looks like Rice is in at 220. That's what's going on here. I skipped a weight class for some reason. I don't know why, but I did. He's already got the takedown right into a butcher, and he's
holding some back points.
Yeah, I think he's holding 3 already, and he gets the fall.
Oh boy.
Nice job, John Rice.
141.
Those are the points we need here going in, because we're going to have some tougher matches here later on at our lighter and middle weights. Notre Dame's got multiple state qualifiers in their lineup.
You were saying earlier they kind of come from all over the Southeast Iowa as well.
They got a few kids from here and a few kids from there, and picking and choosing, right?
Now here's Jonah.
Jonah's going to wrestle at 285 tonight. He's going to bump to 285.
Jonah's a fun
yes,
wrestler
he
to watch.
And as I say, every time I do this, he's just a beast.
He launched that kid on, was it Tuesday night here? Or
last week, maybe? Last Thursday?
Yeah, yep. To win that, I think he beat a kid from Mid-Prairie.
Oh, that was at our tournament. Yes.
Tournament, yeah.
Yep.
That's what
a week ago
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It was supposed to be on Saturday, but it was, my.
Was that in his finals match then, right here on Mat 2? Yeah. I remember seeing that.
But he got a double, then the next one he just absolutely form tackled and threw to the back.
So Jonah's already in on the 3rd takedown, and he's got 3 deer fall on the mat. He's looking to finish this, and he gets it.
40 seconds in.
Yep, 39 seconds. Clark with the fall. And the team score is now 18-0 Waco.
He's basically undefeated for the year.
He's got one loss, but that only loss is because the injury defaulted in the Tri-County tournament, and that was only because the trainer got a little premature with a concussion call potentially. It was kind of bogus in everybody's opinion, but here's Samo and Carter West. And West is very, very solid. This kid's wrestled a long time all over the U.S. He's wrestled in a lot of big national tournaments. He's got a lot of big-time experience.
Yep. Seems like he knows how to throw his weight
Yeah,
around.
and you got to keep in mind, Samo's like 8 pounds underweight here for this weight class, so
Yep.
he's
Pretty large
Yep.
percentage.
I agree.
Got the whizzer in.
He's got the whizzer right back to his feet, and that's where West is really strong. Right there, he's super good on his feet. 2-0 West.
Well, we're going to get out of the first period here, hopefully.
Hopefully.
First time. Yeah.
Yep.
Or a minute in.
Just a little over a minute left. Samo down 2-0, and he's working underneath a pretty tough ride here, actually.
He's relentless. Keeps moving.
Gage is really pretty solid in all positions, but his best position is probably on top. So if he gets a chance to be on top here in this match, it'll be interesting to see what he can do. 35 seconds left or so in the first period here.
Yeah, he's he's wrestling tough. You can just tell the guys put together.
West seems to have a lot of forward pressure. He's tried that head lever several times, and now he's got his wrist trapped underneath. He's actually got a 2-on-1 there. Trying to catch him with his forehead on the mat real quick.
Gage is doing a good job of getting back to his base.
Yep, I agree. It's just a lot of forward pressure to try to push back into and get up, and that's where I, mentioned that West is really strong. Going to start back on our feet here. That was West's choice. He chose neutral. I will say, if we wrestle 6 minutes here, that will be a pretty decent accomplishment for Samo. Not a lot of guys make it 6 minutes with Carter West. So.
He's a sophomore, looks like.
Yep, he's in John's class. John wrestled him quite a bit when they were younger.
Yep.
But man, he is just strong with those snap downs and elbow passes. Out of bounds with a minute and a half left. 4-0 West.
Gage has got to move on the whistle. Looks like he got his arm chopped pretty good there. Looking for a chicken wing, kind of coming around.
He's countering it pretty well. But that's tough right there.
He's fighting. He's got 2 chicken wings in.
I don't think he's got both of them now,
Yeah. That's a tough predicament.
Yeah, it is. And Samo loses by fall about 57 seconds into the second period. But that's a really tough opponent right there.
And for Waco, Deacon Bird.
Looks like Bird's going to come out and get a forfeit here at 13. That will make the team score 24-6 Waco. And I'm guessing McLaughlin's going to bump up to 20 to wrestle CJ Davis.
Have they wrestled before in the past?
A couple times when they were youth wrestlers, but
Okay.
Yep, McLaughlin and CJ Davis from Notre Dame. Hopefully McLaughlin can continue his confidence he's got going from his last 2 big matches against Scorpole. He's wrestled well, didn't come out with a win, but he's wrestled well.
He's in a tough class.
He is, he really is.
These are the kids that just can't.
There's some really good kids at this 113 weight class that he's wrestled lots of times his entire life, and some success, some not. But I think he's just, from what he's telling me, he's just kind of ready to maybe move a little bit in weight classes, try to get away from some of these guys. And I mean, it's not going to be it's not going to be a lot easier going to a different weight class necessarily.
No,
it's just
yeah,
different guys to wrestle, some different styles maybe, and just see some different competition.
Try something different, yeah.
But I'm going to guess where John weighed in today. He's probably given up 10 pounds in this match, possibly. Once he cut and got down to 13, then he got his 2-pound allowance, and he really hasn't weighed in near 115 since he got down to 113. So, he's just having a hard time putting weight back on or keeping the weight on. He keeps wanting to. A little escape attempt there, but then he gives up the cradle. About a minute left in the first period. It's a pretty tough ride here by Davis.
This is the Gandhi kid.
Pardon?
It's like Amon Gandhi, CJ Davis.
Nope, this is 26. This would be Davis at 20, so.
Oh, that's right. Yep, I was one ahead.
He's looking at a cross-face cradle right here, and he's got it locked up.
Suicide approach there.
And he gives up the fall. Darn it. Davis just looks a little bigger and stronger at that weight class. John's giving up a lot of weight there. But
good experience, though.
He's bumped up a couple times this year and wrestled at 120. It's tough to ask, something like that, to move up and give up 10 to 12 pounds like that. So the current team score is 24-12 Waco after that fall by Davis. We've got Gandhi from Notre Dame, and it looks like Heaven Stagey for Waco. Honestly say I haven't seen Heaven wrestle that much this year, so we'll see what happens, I guess.
Is she fairly new to the sport?
Yep, I believe this is her first year wrestling. She was up at the girls' state tournament last weekend. I don't know how she fared for sure up there, but I know she didn't place, so I'm not sure if she won any matches or not. But
I talked with Justin Garvey at the last on Tuesday there, the last tournament there, and I asked him how wrestling was going for his daughter and this and that, and he said they went from 300 and some wrestlers at state girls to 700.
Yeah, there was over 700 there this year.
It's quite the improvement.
Yep, and I think that's what the state of Iowa was waiting for, is just to make sure they had that interest before they decided to sanction it. But it's definitely going to change some things for a lot of girl wrestlers in the state of Iowa, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, she's fighting it off. Good for her.
She's doing a nice job fighting that off. She's still only down 2-0 with about 35 seconds left, and actually she's down 5-0 now. She gave up those 3 near fall. I saw Gandhi wrestle at our tournament a week and a half ago.
Trying to come back around?
And I'm not sure, but I think he's a pretty inexperienced wrestler.
Yeah.
Just by the way it looks and the way he looked last week when we wrestled the tournament. So 10 seconds and Gandhi gets away there for 1. Oh, that was a nice little shot there by Gandhi, and no takedown. No takedown. It's a good match so far.
Yeah, good back and forth.
Like I said, I haven't seen Heaven wrestle yet. I don't know if she's got any more experience than this season, but she appears to be pretty tough and not afraid to work to get something done. Struggling a little bit here in the top position, maybe holding on to that half a little bit too long.
Yeah, we're trying to do what we know how to do, but not
Sure.
as fluid. She's wrestling tough though, doing a great job.
Wow. She's doing a great
good
job
mat
keeping him
takedown.
down. Nice mat returns, and she's looking for a cradle.
Oh boy, go for it.
She's too far out front for that cradle,
yeah,
and
I
he's
know.
ended up with her leg. That was just, it wasn't a bad position, but it was just a bad position to try
Good
to
idea.
get that cradle locked up.
Yeah,
Oh, there's a switch.
I think his arms are about
It's
8 inches longer than his.
yep, now it's 8-2, Gandhi, 8-2. About a minute 20 left in the second. She's fighting off that half pretty good there, looking to peel it off, but she's, driving her elbow down as hard as she can, trying to keep from going over.
She's doing a good job.
Not to give the Notre Dame wrestlers any advice, but he needs to lift her elbow a little bit more and try to curl her head under.
Yeah.
Still no near
Yeah, you
fall.
can. Oh,
Still
boy.
no near fall.
I thought that was going to be dangerous on her
Yeah.
right shoulder. Looked like it was cranked over pretty
45 seconds left in the second. Stagey still down 8-2, but wrestling pretty good defensively here, not to give up any more near fall. And just as I say
good.
that,
Keep fighting. Yeah. 30 seconds left. Shoulders are out of. Do the shoulders need to be
No.
inside the mat? Okay.
if I have some time, maybe in between matches.
Yep. You got
So I believe the way the rule is now, it's 2 points of contact. So as
okay.
long as the top wrestler is inbounds with 2 points of contact,
maybe
her
not.
shoulders or whatever can be outside of the circle.
Okay.
I don't quite understand what we're talking about here. We got the coaches on the mat talking about something with the two officials.
Pugh does a good job of fighting for his wrestlers.
Yes, I would agree.
I like that he's leading our program.
Totally. He's very passionate about the sport and does a really good job of, working. I shouldn't say working, but working the officials, to stay on the side of his wrestler. He's just very experienced and does a really good job advocating for the kids. And, he's a hell of a coach, too. So
There was a match at Washington where it was in overtime and they were supposed to start the clock.
I
at 30
remember
seconds,
that.
And they started at a minute, and I was watching it. I was there, yeah, and it was a takedown at the end to win the match. Our guy was going to lose, and there was clearly a second on the clock, but Pugh stood up and argued his best case. It was great.
And the official score now is track wrestling. So I think what they did was they went back to the track wrestling clock and realized that when the points were actually scored in track wrestling, that there might have been under 30 seconds left in the match. So I think that's potentially what they went by, because the scoreboard up on the wall of the gym still said 31 seconds, I think, at that time. I'm still talking
Okay.
about the Washington match. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like we're going to restart this match here with about 17 seconds left. Still down 8-2. I'm not quite sure why there was no near fall given to Gandhi over on the edge of the mat for the original stoppage.
Yeah, I don't know either. It seems
Still
like
says 8-2 on the scoreboard. I don't want to give Notre Dame any more points, but I feel like it should be 11-2.
looks like that's what they're talking about now. This is one of those times where they kind of trying to make it right is kind of causing more of a
Yep,
confusion.
I agree.
Where it's like, well, if they just would have stuck with that,
Right.
she lost. Yeah.
And I don't know. I still don't know what the issue is, to be honest with you. I don't know why this match is still going. Was there a possibility that the two official? Oh, that's not true either. I was thinking maybe because Notre Dame's coach was yelling at the second official during this match, so I don't quite understand that. And he's got her over for more near fall here.
She's got the bridge down.
Yeah, but
Pat,
she's got to have one shoulder off the mat, because I can clearly see this near side shoulder is on the mat.
Yep.
And she's going to survive for the third period. Like we're going to start the third period here. Those three near fall showed up on the scoreboard from this last time here at the end of the second. So it's 11-2 Gandhi, and he's back on top again with a quick little sliding in that half. She's fighting it off, pretty flexible.
Yeah,
I thought she was bent in half there for a second.
Yeah, and he wasn't going for a cradle. You could tell he's a little green.
He's gonna get her wadded up here maybe and try a cradle, but I'm not sure he knows how to finish it. And there he's got it pulled back, but his hands aren't locked, so she just needs to fight the hands here. Little over a minute left. Got three more near fall for Gandhi. That makes it 14-2. He's pretty close to a tech fall. Yeah, a couple more near fall here. He's going to have a tech fall. And he's got him. Three near fall.
Back and forth.
That's the end of the match. 17-2. Gandhi with the tech fall. That's 5 team points, makes it 24-17 Waco for the team score, 24-17. Going to 132.
Yeah, we should have Junior up.
Junior and Blaine Frazier. Blaine Frazier was he's a senior, but he's also state place winner last year. I believe he placed second or third. I'm not sure. He's pretty dang good.
Well, hopefully tonight's Junior's night. Ooh, you got an ankle pick right on the start.
Yeah, Frazier is he's going to be hard to handle, I think. This is going to be competition that Junior hasn't quite seen yet.
Yeah. Relentless takedown.
Yes, and you can see the frustration on Junior's face already.
Jeez. Move after move after move.
So,
looks like we got some blood time.
I don't know whose blood time it was. I was taking care of something else and didn't quite see what happened. Junior's it's pretty common for Junior to have blood time, but I couldn't tell who it was.
Looks like he's got a wrapped up elbow.
Yep. Currently 6-2 Frazier. About a minute and a half or so left.
Well, here we go. Junior's on bottom.
Junior's on bottom. Frazier's just really tough in every position. And he's getting near fall here, and the fall.
Got the
Frazier
fall.
with the fall in about 54 seconds.
Looks like we might have had a bloody elbow. Maybe that was the cause
Yep.
of the troubles.
If the team score is current after 1:32, it is 24-23 Waco. O'Shea for Notre Dame and Smith for Waco. I don't know if these guys have wrestled this year or not, but O'Shea's pretty solid, and it looks like he caught Lars with his own move there. Countered a slide by and came right back in with his own slide by. It's 2.
Lars has got some good experience.
Yeah.
He's been
Yes, he
wrestling a long
has.
time.
Yes, he has.
Doing some hand fighting from the bottom. Is O'Shea a DC
He is.
Elite kid?
Yep, from Keokuk.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not sure if he is a sophomore or a junior this year. Does it have their grades listed on the sheet?
Looks like he's
Junior,
a
that's what
junior.
I thought. Yep, he's another kid that's wrestled a lot of big tournaments, a lot of good experience. 45 seconds left. Smith sitting here on bottom in a double chicken wing and down 2-0. Fighting it off really, really well, though, but O'Shea is just going to be relentless. 30 seconds left.
30 seconds, yeah. Hopefully we can stretch the time, make the time go short.
Well, I got notified from a viewer that Mike's headset might not be working okay. I'm going to try to get him to talk a little bit louder to see if maybe that will help. If we're having problems with the headset, we'll see if we can't do something to fix it or swap it out here. This first period's almost over. I think Smith is going to survive here with only two near fall.
Tough way to spend your time.
Pardon?
That's a tough way
Yes,
to
it
spend your
is.
time. Elbows
And
behind
I'm really
your back.
surprised that only ended up being 2 near fall. Lars was out for a while here. He had a guy land on top of him, and the top of his head cut his chin open at the Highland tournament a few weeks ago, and he had to have stitches and actually spent some time not wrestling, not competing. So I think the first time he competed might have been last Saturday at the L&M tournament.
Did he have to get the stitches out before they...
I believe so, yeah. Okay, so my message is that they can hear you. You just need to talk a little louder.
Need to
Yep.
talk a little louder. Okay.
Thanks, Chad, for the information. We appreciate that. We want to try to make the broadcast as good as possible for everybody. And it doesn't make a lot of sense to have Mike sitting here next to me if nobody can hear him. So I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry, Mike. Would you know where they started? Were they on their feet?
I think
Okay.
Lars was down.
And the fall for O'Shea with 31 seconds into the second period.
He's a
He
tough
is.
wrestler.
I didn't think he was quite that tough against Lars, but apparently I was wrong. Pretty solid.
145.
Loudon's always
Yes,
fun
he
to
is,
watch.
and this will be a really good match because Blake is no slouch. It's currently 29-24 Notre Dame. This is Notre Dame's first lead of the duel here. Blake, I've been watching some of these guys from Notre Dame. You know, they're still from the area. I've seen them wrestle throughout their youth career and watched them get better. Loudon
Like,
would be one of them, actually. He's pretty solid.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
but the Wilson's pretty tough.
Loudon just has such long limbs.
Yep. That was really kind of a bad shot there by Loudon.
Oh,
Looks
yeah.
like he's getting desperate already with only 30 seconds into the match. But
Sometimes I think they just want them just to start rolling around.
Yep.
You know, let's
I agree.
sacrifice a bad shot just
To get something
to
started.
get into a different.
Yep.
Yeah, like let's go for it. Oop.
And I missed that again. I think he went right to his back from his feet. I don't know if that was a lateral drop or what. It's always nice to see a Notre Dame wrestler on his back, though. 45 seconds left or so. Loudon's in a pretty good position here.
Oh boy.
That was actually a pretty solid roll through there by Wilson. We're in kind of a little scramble, and they're back to their feet.
Usually you don't want to roll, put your feet above your head.
30 seconds left. Housingay up 5-1. First period. We were still kind of trying to work through Mike's headset difficulties here, so I turned my head away from the mat for 3 seconds, and I hear the crowd cheering, and all of a sudden Loudon's got him on his back, so I need to pay attention.
Yeah, we need to hit the rewind button.
Unfortunately, I don't have a rewind button. But
I know.
and that's the end of the
Good
first.
match so far. Good match so far. Best match of the day, maybe.
Yep.
So far.
It's really the only one so far that's had any sort of excitement, I guess.
Yeah. Both these guys are comfortable and on their feet, and it seems like every position.
And, you know, that's just experience. Both these guys have been wrestling a long time. And one of the things that Pew told me when I was still coaching the youth program, and he came to Waco to coach, was his philosophy on wrestling. And here it is. Ready? If you can dominate on your feet and you can get out from under on the bottom, you're going to win a lot of wrestling matches.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty simple philosophy, but it's so very true.
Well, it's so simple, it's dumb. You know. And when I mentioned Justin Garvey earlier, and he was I graduated in 2000, he graduated in '99, and I remember watching him just do. I think it was a sit out from bottom, and that got him out of everything. And then on top it was tied up, and then do a duck under, or it was a fireman's, you know, just time after time after time. So just 2 moves. It's the only thing that I remember watching him do.
Hey, if you get really good at something, keep using it until somebody stops it. You know, if you can be dominant with something, why not? Even if they know it's coming and you can still execute it, then there's nothing wrong with it. About 40 seconds left here. Housingay still up 5-1. They're kind of in a hand fight battle here with Housingay with the Russian tie 2-on-1. Kind of abandoned that a little bit, but
that was my advice for Drew when he started this year, was just drill one move on bottom and get so good at it that it's second nature, and then pick a takedown that you like to do, and you know, try to work it and find a way to execute every time.
So Housingay gives up a takedown here late in the second. So there's about 8 seconds left, and he's still up 5-3. Going to restart here with him on the bottom. I would imagine we're just going to ride the period out here for 8 seconds and start fresh in the third.
Oop, got a caution.
And I wasn't paying attention again earlier, Mike. I don't know whose choice it was, so we'll have to see what happens to start the third. Actually, a quick escape or reversal here.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah, he gave it one. Nice. When he stood up, Wilson still had the bear hug there. I don't think he actually got away. He did turn and face him, but he never got away.
Here's Seth on cue, fighting for his wrestler.
Well, got some Notre Dame fans think they know what's going on. That's always awesome. Gotta love it when you hear banter from the crowd. That
was a real life YouTube comment.
So it looks like it was Hausengay's choice here in the third, and he's going down right away to try to go up 6-3 here with an escape maybe. He's got to get to his feet. He's got plenty of time. He was in on a shot there. Now he's got a
shot way too far out.
Loudon's pretty hard-nosed. He's not going to give up on anything. Pretty solid.
Yep.
As a freshman, he's really, really doing well this year. Cannot complain one bit about his performance, that's for sure.
He was seeing some varsity football playing time too. You know, that helps to get the confidence up.
Absolutely. He's going to be a really good football player in the future. Wilson tried
did a good job of holding his hands back.
I knew this was going to be a really good match between these two guys. 1 minute left. 1 minute. Hausengay still up 6-3.
Trying to irritate him a little bit, looks like.
Yep. Nice elbow pass attempt there by Wilson. A lot of hand fighting here. I would imagine Hausengay's probably content just to kind of stay where he's at here with a 6-3 lead. I don't think he wants to do anything stupid and give up a takedown in here late in the third. 29 seconds left. Still 6-3 Hausengay.
These two wrestlers have had, you know, they've been tied up, they've been taking outside shots, they've been taking double, like just kind of a variety of stand-up styles, all kind of all meshed in. They both seem very comfortable.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, you're gonna get good here. Yeah, I was gonna say somebody's gonna say stalling.
Loudon.
Good job, Loudon.
Yeah, very nice, Loudon. Very nice match. That was a good match for him. Wilson's is definitely a tough competitor. I don't think those two have ever wrestled before, to be honest with you.
Now the calm before the storm again.
As soon as I know for sure that we've got an updated team score, we'll let you know. I haven't been watching the scoreboard since before Hausengay's match. I don't remember what I told you before. This is Isaiah Fenton. He is pretty solid.
Awkward start for that.
What'd you say, Mike? I'm sorry.
Kind of an awkward jump that Fenton kid. Just kind of a lunge.
Scoreboard says that it's 29-27 Notre Dame, and Spain gives up the fall in 25 seconds. Spain, with his inexperience, Fenton's been wrestling a really, really long time, and he's just a big dude.
Yeah, he's pretty solid.
Yep. There wasn't really a whole lot there for Spain. Just with that level of competition, it's nothing against Braden.
Nothing.
He's having a great
fault.
season for his experience. Fenton's just he's just a little outside of Braden's wheelhouse, probably. This is Sam West for Notre Dame. He's the older brother of Carter West, the 106-pounder, and Al. Sam is just like his brother, I know, has wrestled a lot of big national tournaments, so he's got a lot of big-time experience, and it's probably going to show here. Al is just going to be outmatched.
Pretty one-sided, probably. Yeah. How many first-year wrestlers does Waco have this year?
Well, Braden was out last year. Braden's Spain.
Okay.
But it was limited experience because he didn't finish the season. But Al, who probably didn't know what wrestling was maybe before he came here, I'm not sure. I don't know if John Rice or Tim Willits has wrestled before. Just looking at the bench to see who we got sitting there. Obviously, Drew Deers at 195. Bachman wrestled for me as a youth wrestler for a few years, and then he walked away from wrestling for a little while and came back here this year. I know Deacon Bird for sure is a first-year wrestler. And then Braden Stafford there on the end of the bench. He's not getting much varsity time. He's at the same way. He's sharing a weight class with Spain and Housen Gay. So,
that's a tough crowd.
This is Boone.
Chris Boone.
Boone and Christofferson. I believe it's Lively Christofferson.
Is it River Belger?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Christofferson's at 45. You're right. It's River Belger. My bad.
Chris is having a tough time getting cleared out from bottom. Oh, okay. I just got a text from my kids that they're watching on TV. So
That's good to hear.
Yeah, so hello to the Miller household. Chris is on his back, trying to keep. Nope, just got pinned with 50 seconds left. The one thing I was going to say earlier about Waco is for having, you can tell it's a healthy program when you have so many first, second, third year, kids. If you just have 4 kids out, but they're all bowls versus full lineup and you got 6 first year wrestlers. Like I like having a full lineup.
Yep. And I agree with some of that, to the extent of it's fun to have a full team, even if you've got a lot of inexperienced wrestlers or a few inexperienced wrestlers, because the team atmosphere is still really solid for everybody feeds off of that. And
I agree.
I think it's good. Lovan has wrestling experience. He was in my youth program years back, moved to Nebraska, continued to wrestle for a few years, ended up playing basketball in Nebraska, but decided this year he was going to come back to wrestling. Is he rusty? Sure, absolutely he is, but he's got experience. He can win the matches that he's supposed to win,
Sure, yeah.
And Woolrath is definitely one of those competitors that is going to give him fits here. Woolrath, I'm not sure, but he's definitely a place winner last year, if not a state champ. I can't remember.
Got a tattoo on his left arm.
Don't go to your back, Kanan.
No.
1 minute left here. Woolrath up 6-2.
Likes to give that extra shove when extra shove to
that's pretty common
be sure
anymore.
That he gets the point.
I wouldn't be surprised if Woolrath doesn't end up wrestling in college somewhere, even if it's NAIA or like Graceland or William Penn or something like that. He's pretty solid. And Woolrath with the fall at 182.
Tough kid.
Apparently the team score was a little behind the last time I updated. That'll be our last weight class in the end of the duel. Final team score is 53-27 Notre Dame. So we got the traditional handshakes here at the end of the duel, and stuff we didn't have last year, right, because of COVID.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can wrestle, but, don't shake hands.
It was kind of a goofy thing we had to live with, but here we are back to doing handshakes again at the end of the match, which is good sportsmanship. Notre Dame's just a really tough team, and they got some really solid wrestlers at some of their weight classes, but that'll be a duel that Waco would probably have a tough time winning on our best day and Notre Dame's worst day, I think.
Yeah, that's a tough crowd.
Yep. Well, our next duel is actually going to be, according to our schedule, is going to be Notre Dame and Mediapolis. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't take a small break here before this starts. Back to the same thing I talk about every time I do this. We got a 45-minute minimum time limit rule here for wrestlers, so they might need to take a short break here before it gets started. Mike, you have any comments here about that duel? Anybody in particular, anything you saw that you want to comment on before we log off here for this other duel?
You could definitely tell that the Notre Dame kids have some bulls on their side, and but we gave it our best shot where we could be competitive. Loudon was fun to watch.
Yep.
Heck of a match, but no, I think they did good.
Yep.
So
there was maybe one, maybe two of those matches that could have potentially gone a different way, but like I said before, Notre Dame's lineup is just really solid from top to bottom, other than maybe Gandhi at 126. He looked inexperienced, but we didn't really. We had some weight classes. Guys weren't on the mat very long to really take much of an opportunity to talk about them too much. I like to talk about them when I can, when they wrestle, because I've been watching them all season, but when the matches are over in 30, 40 seconds, it doesn't leave me a lot of time to talk.
Yeah, exactly. Just not a lot of time to get thoughts across.
Well, I don't have anything else, Mike. If you don't have anything else, we're gonna shut down the audio here. We'll take a break. We might chime in during this other duel if we have an opportunity, but we're gonna go get something to drink and take care of business, and we'll be back for Waco's second duel after this one is over. I'm going to take a minute here to recognize our sponsors. We have Wayland Veterinary Clinic,
LTR Auto Incorporated,
Banner Auto and Truck Parts,
Reshley Construction,
Harbison Fencing,
Reichenbach
Ashley's Groom and Boarding,
Chop Local,
Eichelberger Farms,
Cornerstone
Primus
Excavating,
Daycare,
Graber
Waco
Electric,
Youth Athletic Association,
Agroway,
321 Trucking,
Precision Collision Center,
Epo Energy,
Lepic, Kroger Realtor,
Miller and Sons Limited,
Egley
and Jet
Landscaping.
Physical Therapy.
Thank you for your sponsors.
We always appreciate our sponsors. They're the ones that make all of this possible.
Anyone serious about lawn care knows it starts with two things: the expertise and the equipment to do the job right. Egley Landscapes is the only local company that provides expert lawn care and landscaping. Let the experts with the equipment from Egley's pay a visit to your lawn. Our horticulturists have the knowledge to guide you through a lawn care plan, and they won't sell you services you don't need. Egley Landscapes has the knowledge and expertise you can trust to revitalize the landscape of your home or commercial property. Egley Landscapes. Check us out online at egleylandscapes.com.
What if the answer to powering a purer world, our world, was shining down on us this whole time? All we have to do is unleash its infinite power. Our goal here at Epo Energy is to unleash the infinite power of the sun. At Epo Energy, we make solar energy the better solution. Epo Energy, unleash the power.
Just wanted to make one more shout out here to all of our sponsors now that we've ran through our commercial break. It's always nice to have local businesses that are willing to sponsor things like this for the kids and the parents and families who can't be here to watch. It gives them an opportunity to tune in. So thanks again to our sponsors. All right, that's the end of the Mediapolis Notre Dame duel. Hopefully we'll get Waco wrestling again here momentarily, but I don't know how things are going to shape up with Mediapolis and our time limit, because that duel went pretty quickly because of the Mediapolis vacant weight classes. So we should be getting started here momentarily. We're going to take a few quick commercial breaks here.
What if the answer to powering a purer world, our world, was shining down on us this whole time? All we have to do is unleash its infinite power. Our goal here at Epo Energy is to unleash the infinite power of the sun. At Epo Energy, we make solar energy the better solution. Epo Energy, unleash the power.
Well, in the middle of our commercial, Mike, they decided to start a girls' match here. Riley Rice has gotten the first takedown. I don't know who her opponent is, but she's got her on her back. Pardon?
Yeah, she's getting after it. She's been the aggressor the whole match.
Yeah, absolutely. Good for her is right. So that was just an exhibition girls match before this duel starts. I'm guessing they'll have time here to run another commercial before we get started. The captains will have to come out here in a few minutes anyway.
Anyone serious about lawn care knows it starts with two things: the expertise and the equipment to do the job right. Egley Landscapes is the only local company that provides expert lawn care and landscaping. Let the experts with the equipment from Egley's pay a visit to your lawn. Our horticulturists have the knowledge to guide you through a lawn care plan, and they won't sell you services you don't need. Egley Landscapes has the knowledge and expertise you can trust to revitalize the landscape of your home or commercial property. Egley Landscapes. Check us out online at egleylandscapes.com.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take a second here to recognize all of our great sponsors again. We'd like to thank them for donating and making all of this possible. We have, starting with Jet Physical Therapy,
Egley Landscaping,
Miller and Sons Limited,
Lepic Kroger, Realtor,
Epo Energy,
Precision Collision Center,
321 Trucking,
Agraway,
Waco Youth Athletic Association,
Graber Electric,
Primus Daycare,
Cornerstone Excavating,
Michaelberger Farms,
Chop Local,
Ashley's Grooming and Boarding,
Reichenbach Painting,
Harbison Fencing,
Reshley Construction,
Banner Auto and Truck Parts,
LTR
and
Auto.
Wayland Veterinary Clinic.
Thank you for your sponsors. It looks like we have 4 minutes on the clock.
Yep, I see that now. Good point, Mike. Looks like we're going to get started here. There's 4 minutes on the clock. Track Wrestling monitors that 45-minute time limit for all the matches, so it's pretty easy for them to look at that and figure out how much time we need before we can get started. So looks like it shows we're gonna start again at 195, but I'm not sure if that's right or not, Mike. If we go by the usual progression of an evening with multiple duels, they just move up a weight class every duel. With that theory, they should be going to 285 here for this one, but
yeah, the heavyweight for Mediapolis looks like he's ready to go on the mat.
Yeah, and Mediapolis actually doesn't have a 95-pounder, so maybe they're able to start there and still give their heavyweight ample time.
Gage is over jumping rope, getting a sweat going.
Anybody in the next 5 weight classes should be over there getting warmed up, doing something.
Yeah, get a sweat going.
And they're usually pretty good about putting that first weight class on the scoreboard right away, so most of these guys have a good idea when they're going to be up in line, I guess.
Loudon seems like it's just a walk in the park. Just relax as could be.
Yep, and who's his opponent for Mediapolis at 45?
Isaiah Robin.
Who's at 52?
Cody Bradenberg.
Okay, I don't know that he's wrestled either one of those guys unless he saw one of them at the tournament last Saturday at O&M. I'm not sure. I think I know Mediapolis was at that tournament, so I don't know if Loudon met either of those guys or not, but it's just another day at work for Loudon.
Yeah, just ready to punch in.
All right, we got captains coming to the center of the mat now.
Notre Dame cleared out, so the gym looks a little more bare.
I don't know how many people are sitting on this side. Mediapolis has a pretty good crowd here, really. They were decent. We got some Waco fans sitting over here on this side. You can't see them in the camera, but they did a pretty good job tonight of coming out and supporting our Waco wrestlers for this season.
Yeah, I ran into my sister after in between the matches, in between the meet, and she said that Drew has about 10 people here to watch him, and he taking 3 buys or two buys.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's unfortunate. Sometimes that happens, though. I mean, the very first duel of the season, we drove clear up to Montezuma, and then after that, we went to BGM and then to Tri-County for their tournament early. I'll use Tri-County as an example. Drove all the way up there for an all-day tournament, and John wrestled 1 match all day. So that just happens. Looks like we are going to do 285. The scoreboard changed.
Okay, here they come.
Jonah's going to come out and bump up. No, they actually have Mediapolis has a heavyweight, so we're going to have a match here.
Jaden Winnig.
What's his name?
Jaden Winnig. Looks like Jonah's giving up some weight, but I'll bet I'll be all right.
I think he'll be fine.
Yep.
Nice little slide by there. That's Jonah's little brother is allowed in. They both really like that slide by, so I think they probably work on it at home maybe a little bit.
Yep, I would imagine.
But it seems to be a pretty signature move for the Housen Gay household. Their dad, Bill, was a heavyweight wrestler for Fulton, Illinois in high school.
That's not a heavyweight.
No,
move
that's
there.
A 220 Jonah Clark move right there.
I have enough core strength to pull it off.
And it looks like the Mediapolis wrestler might be exhausted already. Yeah, Clark up 8-3 with. Looks like he conceded the escape there to start. A little over a minute left. It's now 10-3, and he's running that butcher over. Kind of looked like the Mediapolis wrestler might have given up there at the end.
I think so. I'm tired of being part of a one-sided takedown clinic.
It's never fun to be on the other side of a takedown clinic, is it?
No. To just know that you're outmatched in every way, it's like, well, here we go. How long is this going to last? All right, here comes Gage.
All right, we got Samo and Whitaker.
Gage is ready to do it.
After that fall from Clark, it's currently 6-0 Waco on the team scoreboard. Honestly, I don't think Waco's going to have a real tough time here with Mediapolis on the team scoreboard. They're just giving up too many weight classes for that to happen. So Samo with a quick takedown there and 2 near fall already. He's up 4-0 with a minute and a half left. He's got a leg ride in. He's working on a turn maybe.
Do you follow the Pin Doctor on Facebook?
It's actually my cousin. The Swaffords are related to me.
Swafford?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
But he does a heck of a job.
His dad, Mark Swafford, is actually sitting right there in the middle with the black quarter zip on, the bald-headed guy. That would be Josh's dad. Josh is the author of the Pin Doctors. But yes, I do follow him.
Yeah, what a good thing for the sport. Fun seeing pictures of, the 60s and 80s and,
Yes,
we're just old wrestling pictures. He's definitely a
Sorry, I jumped over you there, Mike. I apologize.
No,
Go ahead.
It's fun that he's such a fan of the history.
Yes.
Here we go, Gage.
And honestly, he's getting a lot of help with that website, too. He's getting a lot of stuff sent to him.
Yeah.
Samo with fall in the first period. That's another 16 points for Waco, makes it 12-0.
Solid wrestling out of Gage.
Oh, McLaughlin's going to take a forfeit at 13. Gerber must not be wrestling tonight.
We'll see who they send out at 20.
It's not Gerber. It's Braxton Davis.
Okay.
I couldn't think of his
Gerber's
name.
out tonight.
I had kind of heard some rumors down in the bleachers that Gerber might not be wrestling tonight for some reason, and I didn't know why. I didn't believe it at first, but apparently it's true. So, I was actually talking to Mediapolis' former coach, Dan Cummings, for a few minutes before I came back up here. My short stint in wrestling at Mediapolis was with Dan Cummings. Very well-respected coach. He's in the Hall of Fame in the state of Iowa, and always just a pleasure to talk to. Even he's just a personable guy.
He put a lot of kids on the top of podiums for a long time.
And he's still, I believe, in the top 10 in career coaching wins, if I'm not mistaken. Davis with the fall on Deacon Bird at 120. Gerber's parents were sitting behind Coach Cummings when I was down there, and they were kind of talking a little bit while I was there about maybe him not wrestling. I think John's pretty disappointed. I think he was ready for that match because Gerber's been one of John's nemesis for quite a few years. John didn't have a lot of success against him in youth wrestling, and Gavin walked away from wrestling for a few years and came back this year as a sophomore. I think John was really looking forward to getting back on the mat with him.
That's what he was saying. I ran into him up here before the match, and he filled me in a little bit on the history.
I don't know if he's winless against Gerber or not, but he was definitely looking forward to tonight. I'm guessing he's probably pretty disappointed, but nobody ever wants to take a forfeit. I mean, you practice all season and do all of this hard work just to walk out on the mat. You want to wrestle, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Smith takes a forfeit at 132.
I remember taking a forfeit once, and it was on a Thursday night, double duel, and and I got one forfeit, and then it's like, okay, well, here we go. I'm gonna get this next match, and I walked out, got myself all ready and walked out there, and they just didn't send a wrestler out. They didn't bump him up. They just didn't send him out, and I'm like, he's right there. Like, let's do this.
Frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, okay, well, I guess I'll try to make weight by jumping rope.
All right, we've been talking a little bit. We're kind of behind here. It looks like Waco's taken a couple forfeits. We're currently at 145 with Spain and Aney from Mediapolis. Aney's a very solid wrestler. The current team score is 30-12 Waco. I'd like to see a little bit more out of Braden other than backing up. I think he's backing up there a lot. I think that's what got him in trouble.
Yeah, he needs to stay nose to nose, and let's not reach.
That 2-on-1's pretty tough if you know how to use it.
Yeah.
2-0 Aney. That's some freestyle stuff right there.
I know, yeah.
Yep, that's freestyle wrestling training right there. Got a 2-on-1 wrist ride. He's got it chugged out on his back here, and he's looking for this little cow catcher position. Oh, Braden did a nice job rolling through on that. That was awesome. Currently 4-1 Aney. I'm hoping by next year, maybe Braden will be able to move his feet a little bit better. I think that's the other thing. When you're backing up, you're really not able to move your feet. Absolutely. You got to learn to circle out of those positions. Give yourself a chance to score there. That's just, mat time, and being comfortable where you shouldn't be comfortable. Totally agree. Currently 8-1 Aney. He's looking for more near fall here with that same wrist ride. 10-1 with those two near fall. 10 seconds left. Spain just needs to not get turned for more near fall here for just a little bit longer. He's only going to get 2 out of this. Yep. Not enough time on the clock to get 3 near fall there, so it's now 12-1 Aney at the end of the first.
Seems to be a tough class for Braden to be. He's got 2 tough wrestlers tonight.
And he's normally our 52-pounder because Loudon 45 is Loudon's weight class.
Yep.
So Braden's really had it kind of tough all season. He's been wrestling up at 52 because of Housengay, and if you want a spot, I guess you got to take the one that's open, obviously. But
yeah, congratulations to him for sticking with it. And nobody wants to wrestle JB.
Right. Absolutely.
So, you gotta go down or up.
So with that fall for Aney, the team score is currently 30-18 Waco. Going to 152. Housengay is bumping up from 45 to wrestle Robin from Mediapolis. I don't know anything about Robin.
Oh my. Kind of some magician work there.
I think he knew what he wanted to do there. It just didn't work out for him.
Yeah, yep. They're really shuffling their lineups around tonight.
Yeah, they are.
Playing some games.
And that comes down to that coin toss again. Who's going to send out who first, When we wrestled Washington, the duel at Washington against Washington, that was one of those matches or duels. I was going to say we should be getting some near fall here pretty soon.
Yeah.
That was one of those duels where the coin flip made the difference. Literally made the difference.
Yeah. It's crazy watching Loudon and just seeing how comfortable he is.
Super comfortable in a lot of positions and not afraid to do anything really. Housengay with that fall at 152. Sorry, Mike, I cut you off again.
Nope. No, that's all right. I was just saying it's fun to watch and good for him.
It's fun to watch Loudon with competition. He's just one of those guys where you want to pair him up with the best guy every time because it's going to be pretty exciting.
Sure.
Team score 36-18 Waco after that fall from Housengay. Now we've got Al
with kind of an unorthodox just
and
head
is
clinch.
This Wagenbach again?
Yeah, probably.
So it's got to be. Is Lucas Wagenbach? Is that what his name is?
Yep. Yeah, correct.
It's been, honestly, Mike, it's been really fun. We talked earlier about how many first-year / inexperienced guys we have on the team this year. What's been really fun, aside from all the team energy and all the team excitement, is watching these guys get better every week.
Oh, sure, yeah. To know to not reach back to the head, like that. Well, and kind of like what I was saying earlier, like, do you want to be on a team with 4 good players or a full lineup with those 4 good players and a whole supporting cast? And like nobody wants to. How much fun is it to go win or lose by yourself?
Exactly, and I can attest to that because my son John had that happen last year. The team was really small. We started out with 4 guys. One of them was Braden Spain. And and Braden did not come back after Christmas break, so it was just John and 2 other guys the rest of the season, and I can't say that it was miserable, but it was just one of those.
Oh, good job, Al.
One of those seasons where a few exciting moments for some wins, but there was no team atmosphere, and that kind of sucks.
I'm sure there's been a lot more fun nights after practice. John probably came home with a few more stories instead of, just slam your shoes down and I'm going to take a shower.
Yep. Exactly.
Al is fighting hard.
He does. He fights hard.
Good for him. He's hard not to cheer for.
Absolutely. I give him props every week when I do this, because he and Deers both have been showing so much improvement since the beginning of the year. Are these newer guys going to get through sectionals? Most likely not.
No,
But it's fun, for us and them and the crowd, the team, watching these guys get better. When the season started, I wasn't sure Al was even going to win a match this year, and he's actually won some matches. And some of them have been big surprises, and some have been really good wrestling.
Yep. Well, and that's if you're new to wrestling. If you win the matches you're supposed to win, well, that might be your ceiling. But if you win 1 or 2 that you weren't supposed to, then you succeeded. You exceeded your expectations. You did better than you set out.
Absolutely.
So
couldn't have said it better myself.
So good for him. Yeah. Al just keeps fighting.
He is a fighter, that's for sure.
He's taking a knee to the face.
And I'm not sure Wagenbach what kind of experience he has. He's a big kid. You can tell he's been in the weight room, but I don't know if it's, for wrestling or football or whatever. But, most guys who have a lot of experience and know how to finish matches would have had this over by now with Al's experience. But I'm not taking anything away from Al. He's a fighter for sure.
He's fighting, yeah.
He needs to reach up and peel that hand off of his chin so he can control his head a little bit more, but he ends up giving the fall here in about 1:15 into the second period. So team score currently 36-24 Waco, going to 170 pounds. Boone will take a forfeit at 170, and I'm guessing we'll take another forfeit at 82-95 would be my guess.
Yep, I think we're on the downside here.
Yep. What's that?
Drew. So here comes Drew.
Yep, and he will take the forfeit at 95.
Drew's so dang strong when he does get a match. It's fun watching him.
He's making, inexperienced wrestler mistakes, but
yeah, sure.
He makes up for a lot of that sometimes with his brute strength. After those 3 forfeits, it is 54-24 Waco. John Rice out to take a forfeit at 220, which makes it 60-24. The final score of the Duel Waco Mediapolis is 60-24.
Yeah, good job, Waco.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, anybody can quote me or correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand this is our 18th Duel win of the season as a team. I'm not sure how many losses we have as a team, but I believe that's our 18th Duel team win, and it has been quite a bit of quite a while since we've had that many Duel wins as a team.
What? Oh, unplug it.
What?
Those are hot light bulbs.
Sorry about that. I had to go off the air for just a second to do something for Chad Edeker. They had to turn the lights out before they lowered them down on the mat because they get hot after a couple hours. But no, it was a good showing from Waco tonight. Notre Dame was just a really tough opponent. And like I said before, they're going to be tough on their worst day. Honestly, they've got a pretty strong lineup from top to bottom. But
yeah, I would agree.
Waco wrestled well tonight. Despite that, competition, and sometimes there's just matches you're just not going to win.
Yeah. I mean, you either got to be bigger, faster, stronger, quicker, or more experienced.
Yep.
And so we got beat on a couple categories on a few matches.
Well, I want to reiterate before we log off, this will be the last broadcast of the wrestling season. I would have really liked to have been able to do tournaments this year, but with tournaments, they run multiple mats, and sometimes you have two of our guys wrestling simultaneously. If any of you watch the BGM broadcast, you'll know that it gets kind of crazy for me trying to watch and keep track of two mats at the same time. So I just made a decision this year I wasn't going to do tournaments because it was too hard and the crowds are too large. There really isn't a lot of room in the bleachers to make a good setup. So with that being said, I just wanted to remind everybody that this is the last broadcast of the season. I have thoroughly enjoyed doing this. Talking with Mike during the break, it sounds like he's having fun doing this with me tonight.
Yeah, it's a good time.
So if anybody would like to watch more of these guys wrestle the rest of the season, we will be in Mediapolis on Saturday for the Southeast Iowa Super Conference Wrestling Tournament. That will start at 10 a.m. at Mediapolis. If you're interested, come down and support the team. After this weekend, we go right into the postseason, I can't talk now, into our sectional tournament, which is the first round of postseason for wrestling. That will be at English Valley High School in North English, and those postseason tournaments don't start till noon. So if you're going to come up and support the team at the sectional tournament next weekend, don't show up at 10 o'clock because it'll be early. But sectionals, just to give you a rundown, sectionals, they're the top two qualifiers only will come out of each sectional. Then they'll combine two of the sectionals. They'll pair up sectionals and wrestle in a district tournament where they take the top two guys from the district. So two guys from each district out of 8 districts makes a 16-man state tournament bracket. So it's pretty tough in the state of Iowa to get to the state tournament sometimes, the way things are laid out, and only 2 guys are going out of each district. So sometimes it just depends on how your district looks, what kind of competition you're looking at, things like that. So after sectionals, the weekend after that is actually districts at Wapello. That one's a little closer. If any of you want to see district qualifiers wrestle, that'll be their last chance to get to state. So it would be awesome if you could come down and support them either this weekend or next weekend at sectionals or the weekend after that at Wapello. Any closing comments, Mike?
No, thanks for having me. It was fun watching the wrestlers do their thing.
Well, it was kind of fun working with you. I sent Mike a text the other day and asked him if he'd be willing to do this with me, and his answer was sure. So I knew he was in right away.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure what I was going to get, but you never know till you ask the question, right?
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't hurt to ask.
Until next year, like I said, I enjoy doing this. I'll probably try to do it next year again if possible, and hopefully we can get this or keep this up and running. Maybe I can get Mike to come help me do a couple more next year.
Do some guest appearances.
Sure, absolutely. Nothing wrong with having a celebrity in the booth with me, right?
Yeah, there you go. We'll have to find one.
No kidding. All right, well, thanks for tuning in this season. Really appreciate everybody tuning in and watching. Apologize again for all the technical difficulties that we had with some of our duels, but we do the best with what we've got. So it's been a good season so far, and I guess we'll cheer the guys on through the postseason. Thanks again for tuning in.
Yep, thank you.